You're recognized to present your bill. And Representative Bankston.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, and Ranking Member Valdez. Um, Today, we're here to talk about, frankly, a terrible matter and something that I think now is more important than ever that we are addressing this. I say all the time that the most vital and fundamentally important function of government, first and foremost, must always be public safety, because without law and order, what do we really have? And within that silo, I always say, what are we doing for our children? Right? The most important and righteous work we can do is protecting our children in our communities. Um, what we're attempting to do here today with your vote, I said this analogy last time as well. Last year, we passed the law for capital punishment for those that rape a child under 12. Today, I'm asking for the other bookend, which is the grooming side of this. This is where we have folks operating in the shadows with one intent, and that intent is exploitation of a child. And they do it by way of isolation, intimidation, and manipulation of not only the victim, but also family members along the way. I want to read a couple important statistics to you that I think are important for us to keep in mind as we're considering this bill here today. In the case of a minor, there are three areas of consideration in the recruitment of a minor and how that minor is being groomed. There's general grooming, and the Polaris, which administers the National Human Trafficking Hotline funded by the U.S. government, reports that on a 9-year study, less than 10% of children that entered into sex trafficking did so through forcible means. More than 90% are lured into, quote, the life through perceived romantic means, gifts, false promises, or survival sex. Fewer than 10% of these cases happen by kidnapping. 100,000 children a year are trafficked in the US. Over 90,000 are lured into trafficking through grooming. The largest pipeline of kids into trafficking is by grooming. Second is familial trafficking and grooming. While psychological, physical, sexual, and addictive substances are used for control, grooming is nearly 100% present in all of the interfamilial trafficking scheme. And the third one is online grooming. It says 50% of all targeted victims every day are between the ages of 12 and 15. And they estimate 500,000 predators a day are targeting children. That means over 250,000 children a day are being groomed online. Most grooming is utilizing multi and cross platform apps and games. Folks, I go to the book of John in the Bible, 10:10, where he says the job of the devil is to rob, kill, and destroy. Every single time this happens, we rob these kids of their innocence, we destroy, we kill their spirit, and we destroy their lives every single time. The closest thing to the devil in human form are the people that prey on our children and sexually assault and rape them. And with your vote here today, we are going to turn on the proverbial lights and let the Holy Spirit into the world of grooming. And no longer are these folks going to operate in the shadows and get away with simply code of conduct violations and potentially losing a job. In Florida, we're taking a stand. You do this in the grooming world, all the way to raping a child under 12, and you are going to be hunted, you are going to be arrested and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And with your vote here today, we are going to establish lewd and lascivious grooming. And Mr. Chair, that is the bill.